And well, we are very lucky to have both Vidit and Hikaru with us, ready to show their game.
Yeah, take it away, guys.
Sure, yeah. So, I mean, okay, obviously this opening was interesting, c3. Yeah, I didn't know what to play because I wanted to play something interesting, not something super boring. So I came up with this whole d5, takes, queen d5, d4, knight f6, knight f3, e6.
I guess you can just use the arrow. Maybe
Yeah, there are arrows too. Yeah, e6, knight a3, and yeah, I mean after queen d8, I mean you thought for a long time.
34 minutes or so.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, I couldn't see how exactly I can exploit this. I was thinking bishop e3, bishop d3, but I was not happy with anything. I think what I played was reasonable.
Yeah, I mean basically when you played knight c4 and I played bishop e7, bishop d3. Yeah, right around here I started to realize it's dangerous because originally I was just going to go knight c6.
But then I take DC, no?
Yeah, no, exactly. You takes, and I suddenly realized there are all these ideas with bishop g5,
castle,
bishop f4 castles, and yeah, it's a very bad friend for me, basically.
Yeah, with knight on c6.
Yeah, so I mean, I thought knight d7 had to be correct, but I also realized around this point that it's very tricky, because I only saw these I think initially when you were thinking for knight 4, I only saw these lines with like castles and whatever, and then I realized that you can try to castle queenside. So
I think bishop f4 was important, because if you get queen to c7, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly, which of course also matters later in the game too. So we get bishop f4.
Yeah, I think this is the only critical moment.
Yeah, this is probably the moment. Queen e2 here, of course, right? Yeah. Yeah, queen e2, and then I think...
I thought b5.
b5, yeah. b5, knight e5, c4, bishop c2.
Can I take on e5 maybe? It's an option.
Just take like this and just play it simple.
I'm not sure if it's simple, but...
Knight d5.
I can go queen e4 and then bishop h6.
E4. But I mean, how you
h4, h5.
Which which way are you going? Yeah, bishop h6 of course. Rook e8. h4, bishop b7.
You have knight b4 threat now.
Yeah, exactly.
So I move my queen.
F4 and white's just winning probably. Yeah, white's attack is way too fast. Yeah, agreed.
So maybe knight e5 is...
Yeah.
I was only calculating bishop b7.
But do I have knight d5 instead? If we go back one move, knight d5 here?
Yeah, makes sense. Now I don't have queen e4, so I have to drop back.
Bishop d2 makes sense. Yeah, actually, somewhere, is it here? Maybe just bishop b7?
Yeah. Okay, I have to go h4.
Yeah, but somewhere around here, can I now play f5? Or is it, no, here it's not working, so I give the g5 square. Okay. No, this looks bad. No, I have to be quicker, right? I think I'm
not sure, maybe it's playable.
You think this one's playable after bishop b7, h4?
Maybe you're a couple of tempos up compared to the previous line. No, but yeah, knight g5.
No, this looks horrible. I think I have to play. No, I think what you said is right. Bishop b7.
I think knight g5.
Knight g5 here, and now.
Wait, can you take knight e5, or it's too much?
Knight e5, d5.
Knight d5. Looks like suicide, but.
This one.
But okay, bishop e5. No, this can't.
No, but I mean, if you play bishop e5,
this has to be good,
right? Go h6, h4, I guess. H4 anyway. Right, but here.
Rook h3, rook g3 again.
Yeah, this is the idea, of course. But let's say I go. Okay, so b4.
Rook h3.
Rook h3, of course, yeah. And now.
Maybe instead of b4 you could do queen d5? No, still rook h3.
Yeah, rook h3 or f3 probably. But yeah, right here. No, this looks bad. Somewhere around knight g5.
Yeah, I just stopped after b4 h4.
Yeah, b4.
And I thought, okay, maybe you're fast, but maybe not. Yeah, knight b6, knight d5. I go bishop d2.
Yeah, somehow this looks very, very good for white.
Guys, did white have something?
Well, I mean, we can click this. That's how we know.
No, maybe it's 0-0
right or not? Okay, wait. Okay, one sec. So h6, rook h. Yeah, of course.
No, it's changing. It's changing now, of course. It's Stockfish 11 light, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So now it's saying much better.
Oh shit. So queen e2?
Queen e2, yeah.
Oh, it was really
So
good.
it is really good, maybe.
So b5, knight e5, knight d5, bishop d2.
Yeah, it takes an a6. Yeah.
This is tough.
Yeah, this is not easy to play because I think basically in the game. I mean, if we go in the game, I think after b6, it's because exactly now it's saying just castles and it's small edge for white, but it's nothing special. Yeah.
So bishop b7. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this was nothing.
No, because here
No, this
already
was-
I was already starting to feel optimistic. If I get queen c7, I thought I could be better. Yeah, so it's just one move.
Yeah,
basically.
this was the
This is the
this was
challenge.
the point. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You from playing Queen E2, was it?
I mean, I misevaluated it. I just thought that he's getting b5, b4, and his attack is quick, but there's no continuation after that.
Yeah, I mean this main line it's giving is very suspicious.
It would be very hard to play
Yeah,
bishop
yeah,
d7,
yeah,
bishop
yeah.
c6.
Yeah. No. He
Oh
won't
no,
play.
this was a good chance.
Yeah. No, I mean, I had this feel, basically, because when he was thinking for all this time here, I had this feeling that I was just going to develop knight c6, whatever, just play chess and everything, and then I suddenly realized that white can try to castle like in the match. Also because after
So knight c4 is the best
knight
move.
c4, I can also play this, but there's
knight
this-
e5,
yeah,
I
knight
thought.
e5, right? And now, I can take, because if I take this, transposes into the Rubinstein French, I think, after a6, and it's like, of course I didn't want to play French, so I mean, why would I do this? But maybe knight c6 is okay, or not. Okay, who
I
knows?
believe there's still quite a bit of theory here after Bishop E3.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're the
bishop
c3, c7.
Yeah,
That's
I
right,
was
you do
expert.
play this. Yeah.
Spent too much of my time studying
So
studying
white
this
is
maybe slightly, but it was in the end a relatively quick draw. How are you both feeling?
Well, I mean, I'm happy to draw with black. I'm not necessarily happy with the way the game went, certainly, because I mean, there was this one critical moment. But I think in a lot of the games now, it comes down to one or two moments, and I mean, whoever's better has that opportunity. They either capitalize or they don't. I mean, yesterday I had like one moment maybe I could have won, didn't capitalize, ended up being a very straightforward draw. So I mean, I'm happy with the result, but obviously there's still many more rounds to go.
Yeah, and how about yourself?
yeah, I'm not so thrilled, especially after knowing that queen e2 would have been a very good try. Yeah, practically, probably white's moves are much easier than black. And I paused for like 8 minutes here, thinking that if I should go for it or not. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't go for it. But okay, later on in the game, I don't think I had realistically any advantage. Maybe, yeah, no, I don't think realistically there was advantage. So this moment, yeah, a little bit disappointed about it.
And Hikaru, just before you sat back at the table and went for that repetition, I saw you check out the game of analyse. Is it on your mind still? You mentioned earlier in the tournament about the rating spots.
Well, I mean, I guess the thing with this game, unlike yesterday's, I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't make the repetition because I had this feeling that if white doesn't take the repetition, I could maybe get some chances. I mean, I'm trying to just play and keep the games going no matter what, but it's on my mind to some degree, but still, I mean, you have to worry about your home game first. And today I very nearly forgot to do that.
Fair enough.
And talking about the other games, have any of them caught your eye?
I think Esipenko's game
Yeah.
was really interesting. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I
How
mean,
to
it's
evaluate it.
anytime you see a game with like 20 plus moves and someone's down 50 minutes to an hour on the clock, you know it's going to be quite interesting. I didn't see the opening, so I didn't actually see what it came out of, but it looks, I mean, it looks insane. I mean, I bet the computer says black is okay somehow here, but this looks down an hour on the clock. I don't know how Vincent's going to survive this.
If you both have a couple of minutes still, feel free if you want to bring up the games and just.
I mean, that was the only one that looked, how do we?
Fabi's clearly better,
Fabi.
isn't he? I think
Um,
he's just completely better. I mean, this is the dream
Yeah,
position
Fabi,
for white.
yeah.
It's the worst
Yeah.
time I know possible.
Yeah, D7, A4, I mean, everything is so weak here, yeah. No, Fabi's doing great.
Arjun
I
is
mean,
also better, I think.
Arjun's game. Yeah, okay, white's better. Oh, but time is probably quite important too, because here white's going to try to attack very
Yeah, and
quickly.
I guess he wants to take and put knight on e4. Or something.
Yeah, this game will get very interesting too. Slowly developing, but should be interesting. But this is the one. I mean, what did this come out of?
This English Catalan kind of. This
Ah, okay. Yeah. It was this one with this D5. Yeah, right. Takes. But I mean, I'm kind of curious actually to see, because clearly this was preparation, right, from white. All this was prep. Ah,
Of course.
takes, queen a4, yeah. I mean, white has an hour 40 on the clock here. I think this is the first moment they think, right? d5.
F6
And of
was
course,
the
f6 is wrong, yeah, obviously. You're supposed to play c6. Yeah, because I mean, but this is also the danger, because when you're up an hour on the clock and your opponent thinks long, like you're literally at this point, I assume, as white, you're looking at maybe one move or two moves max. And then, of course, the human player who's thinking all the time, they come with a human reaction, which you don't look at, and it can get very tricky. But I guess c6 is not best. cd5.
How would you assess a position like this?
049.
Yeah, no, but I mean, actually, as I look at the position, I don't like it so much for white, because as the computer says you take, you go like bishop c5, knight c3, king e7.
94.
Yeah, knight e4 and rook c8.
B4.
b4, or let's not pull the board somehow. b4, but I mean, even if I go bishop b6, whoops, whoops. Okay, let me click on the screen. How do we do this? Okay, go ahead.
I think here.
Yeah.
And now we just do drag and drop, I think.
Yeah. No, but the problem is like
But this looks bad, no? Check and bishop c5.
Ah, there's check here. Okay. Ah, okay. So yeah, this maybe is.
It's actually pretty forced. Like black has to find this narrow line, bishop b4,
Yeah.
rook b1, a5,
Ah, a5 and rook c4.
a3, rook c4,
Yeah, right.
king f3, f5. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just
No, but
spitting lines.
But also, I mean, for Andre, the problem with this position also though is like, because when you clearly he hadn't looked at f6 because he started using time around her. Like you don't know, like because on the one hand you know f6 is not the best move, so you don't know, are you a little bit better or are you winning? Because the assumption is if it's not the best move and you think it's very hard to play, you could think you're winning, and then suddenly you get to this position and you're not winning and you're very confused. Because I mean I've had that many times where you blitz out some long line, move 25 or something, your opponent plays moves you don't expect. You assume of course it's winning because it's not the top computer move, but it's not that easy. So I mean still. Should be interesting though. Should be interesting. How much time?
What happened in other games?
31:57. Other games.
I think Fedosiev's game, he's worse, right?
But I mean, he's worse. But how bad is it? I mean, I assume it
looks
should
really
be a draw. I mean,
Really? If you
well,
take,
without big pieces
take
on
on
the board.
a5.
Right here, knight takes a5.
No, it's just.
You can't drag. Okay, you have to. Yeah. Okay, it's this one. It's the less precise technique. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe queen a6 and you kind of hold, but looks unpleasant, like risk-free position for white.
Yeah, I just assume probably practically without any rooks on the board, all these endgames where black's up a pawn, I mean, that are very unpleasant, or it gets back to even, there should be resources. But you're right. I mean, queen a6 probably is good enough to hold, but risk-free.
Knight c4 even back.
Yeah, very pleasant. Very, very pleasant for practice.
What's happening in Ali Reza game? Curious.
Yeah, this game is a strange one. I don't know. Because this
Long castle? Have you seen long castle in Maroxy bind?
Not often, no. I mean, it's very, very weird position. But I mean, I assume white should be better. Just looking at it.
If anyone
looks
is
very
better, it has to.
pleasant.
GH, knight d5.
Yeah, just trade going to the end game, and black will struggle to make the draw.
It's so good, no, for white.
It looks good, but how good? Because there's also the open G file.
Wait, how do you defend the pawn after knight d5?
Yeah, I go trade in. Yeah, knight d5. Yeah. And h4. Okay, bishop h6. I mean, I think black's kind of okay. Kind of okay.
Yeah, bishop h6, yeah.
No, I mean, kind of okay, but. Yeah, I mean, it's played, of course. But on gh5, maybe there might be the other. Can you go like knight? No, knight b5 doesn't do anything. No, but I mean, still, it seems like
slightly preferable.
Yeah, slightly better for white. So yeah. A lot of games, a lot of interesting games.
Okay, and thank you so much for joining us. Do you have any plans the rest of the evening now that you finished so early for once?
Well, I mean, there's obviously the issue of tomorrow's game because I mean, it's
to figure out when the game is. That's the main.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to assume it's an 11:30 game, so I'm happy that my game was short today. If it's a 2:30 game, I'm going to be pretty unhappy, I guess is the way that I would put it. So I'll plan for a morning game.
Okay. Do you normally adapt well to these early starts? What are your thoughts?
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, but it's very strange, of course, because it only happens in the last round. It doesn't happen in the middle of a tournament like this, so it's going to be awkward for sure.
But at least you get a firework display to enjoy in the evening.
Something like that, I guess.